October 2023 is eclipse season, and eclipses are powerful points of transformation that take us into the next 6 months. So what we experience during this time will take us forward. Please do watch your sun, moon, and rising. If you'd like to book a reading, there is a link down below. If you'd like to show appreciation for these videos as well, there is a link down below. So do show appreciation, do book a reading if you need one. Know that October 2023 is a powerful month of transformation. A lot of breakups can happen, not only just love breakups, but all types of breakups where we are disconnecting from relationships that are no longer connected to us. This is because of the South Node being in Libra. The South Node is a decrease, the South Node is a sacrifice, the South Node is a purging out, the South Node is karmic. We are letting go of old relationships and stepping into a new paradigm of what we want relationships to be. And that new moon solar eclipse will be on the 14th of October, and then we will have a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is all about value, and we'll be discarding what we no longer value. The North Node was in Taurus from last year January, so 2022 January, until July of 2023, where the North Node then entered into Aries and the South Node in Libra. This means that we are changing our values. We are looking at our money as well, in which ways we can grow them financially for ourselves. And this has to do with not just money, but your skills, talents, as well as your sense of value and self-worth. If you're spending any time with people that devalue you, do not see the value within you, it was a time from last year until now to close out those old chapters, to no longer spend time with people that do not value you, do not see your sense of self-worth, because you cannot spend time around people that do not see your sense of self-worth and to expect to have high sense of self-worth. That just devalues who you are, because they're obviously going to take advantage and try to abuse you, manipulate you, and take away your power. So value is utmost of importance. You must understand that both these eclipses in the month of October are happening in Venus-ruled signs. So we will be dealing a lot with Venusian-ruled themes. Libra rules over the one-on-one connections that we have to others, and it's with the South Node. And we did have the North Node, like I explained, in the sign of Taurus from 2022 January until July 2023. And then it shifted into, obviously, Aries. So this means you are really working on your sense of self-worth and value. You are closing out chapters when it comes to connections that no longer value you or you do not value anymore. And when it comes to finances as well, we are growing, and basically in order to grow, we again are looking at who we are and how we are transforming and what energies we allow into our lives. You cannot allow people that take away from your sense of energy, meaning energy vampires, people who drain your energy, people that manipulate you, people that betray you, people that put you in power plays and power dynamics and power trip you, guilt trip you, all of those types of things. Do not care about your safety and security. They want to keep you in a constant worry by playing these power trips, and now you're setting the boundaries and moving forward in a direction with connections that are of value, as well as a sense of self-worth about yourself. And through that, you will connect to people of true value going forward. On the 4th of October, we have Mercury in the sign of Libra with the South Node. And this is also shifting the way that we communicate and express ourselves in our one-on-one connections with others. On the 8th of October, Venus will then move into Virgo. And when this happens over the next couple of weeks, we'll be very serious about our relationships. Understand that Venus in Virgo is at its 4th position because Venus is exalted in the sign of Pisces, right? We become very real and realistic, and we cut the bull basically when it comes to relationships that no longer serve us. We are very serious about, and we just are direct to the point. We are operating on a Virgo mentality, a Virgo mind, and we look at these relationships. Hey, is it working for me? Is it not working for me? That's what Virgo rules. Is this relation, like work, our day-to-day routine, is it healthy for me? Is it nourishing for me? Is it giving me something? Am I giving something to this, not getting anything in return? Virgo is very realistic about relationships. So we will be very realistic, and given that's in its 4th position, we are really scrutinizing our relationships and connections to others, as well as our lives as a whole, and our sense of self-worth and what we value within our lives. On On the 10th of October, we'll have Pluto going direct in the sign of Capricorn. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. Pluto was retrograde for the past couple of months and now will go direct. On this day, we must understand that Pluto rules over power plays, power dynamics, death, destruction, transformation, the pain of life. And this will be bringing a lot of secrets to light, unearthing big things within our lives, especially psychologically, and trauma that we've experienced over the past decade, as we are now stepping up into empowerment. And part of that whole Pluto energy is a death of the old you and awakening to the new you. As you can see, a lot of change and transformation in the month of October. On the 11th, we have Mars in Scorpio. Mars loves to be in Scorpio. Mars is ruled by Scorpio. And this is, Scorpio is the energy that's ruled by Pluto and Mars, co-ruled basically by these planets. So you must understand, when Mars is in Pluto, it's direct, it's to the point, it wants to get the secrets, it's passionate, it's obsessive. We are very much determined to focus on what we want. Pluto will find it, Mars in Scorpio will find the truth as well. And won't handle it with peace. It will be aggressive about it. You will feel the sting of the scorpion in that area. On the 14th of October, new moon solar eclipse with the south node in the sign of Libra. This is where we are letting go of those old relationships, dynamics, and how we relate to others and how we relate to ourselves, because how you relate to you is so important in order to build healthy relationships. You'll be cutting the cord from those relationships that no longer serve you and stepping up into empowerment of self and connecting to relationships that are more aligned to who you are becoming. On the 21st, Mercury will be in Scorpio, and this is great. I love this. I have Mercury in Scorpio, and Mercury in Scorpio is a powerful placement in the essence of it's very intuitive, it's very psychic, it likes information. These people are very detailed, like the energy of it. It's about great for research. That's why I love astrology. So it's great for research. It's great for getting down to the bottom of things. It's great for secrets coming to light. It's great for getting information. Watch for your mind, as it can fixate a lot on trauma and pain and dark aspects of life. But it's through that you will transform. So if there's any dark crevices of things that you haven't dealt with, it'll surface within your mind in order for you to face it and confront it and move forward, right? On the 23rd of October, it's Scorpio season. Welcome. Love Scorpio season. Scorpio season is the season with Pluto and Mars. It's where we face our deepest pain, our deepest wounds, and we transform our lives in order to empower ourselves. So Scorpio season is where we go into the depths of fixed water, the ocean bed, where there's no air. You can't breathe down there. And Scorpio season drags you and shows you the parts of yourself that haven't been healed, the pain, the trauma, the darkness. And in Sagittarius season, we ascend and rise up with Jupiter, and we become optimistic faith, and we'll have wisdom from facing our darkest parts of ourselves. And that's how Scorpio is so beautiful. It's also very much a time to get deeply involved in your spiritual practices, right? On the 28th of October, we have a beautiful full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus, closing us off from the eclipses that we started in 2022, right, when the North Node was in Taurus. I think there was also an eclipse in 2021 in October in Taurus. But anywho, right, it will be closing us off the cycle of the North Node being in Taurus, right, which is a destiny point, and we'll be completing anything that was lingering from that, what we felt over this time will be from January 2022, where we'll be going through this transformation of self. Powerful month. Please do book readings. Do message me down below. Comment down below how you're feeling about the month of October. I'm feeling powerful. I'm feeling ignited. I'm ready for this transformation. I'm ready for new cycles. I hope you are too. If you're feeling a bit fearful too, share that as well. You know, when we share things, it's where we find healing and transformation. Sending you lots of love. And now to follow will be the 12th sign. So do watch your sun, moon, and rising. Hello, Aries. Welcome to your October 2023 astrology forecast. Now, Aries, we have two eclipses In the month of October, so this is a month of extreme wildcard energy, unexpected changes. When we experience eclipses, this is where events take place within our lives that change the course of our lives basically over the next 6 months. So eclipses are times where we let go of relationships, people, situations, work, things that no longer are in alignment to who we are becoming. And eclipses are also powerful. They can also impact one's health. So it's important to take care of your health during this time, to really watch over how you're eating, sleeping, drinking, drink plenty of water. Take care of you, because eclipses can create a lot of stress, especially when we have to deal with unexpected events, and stress creates inflammation in the body, and this can link us to basically having poor health. So take care of you, very important. On the 4th of October, we have Mercury entering into the sign of Libra, and for you, that's your 7th house of one-on-one communication with other people. Mercury rules your mind, your intellect, your communication. So there's a lot of communication with you and others around this time. So negotiation of deals, contracts, and also communication with loved ones, friends. You're just communicating. And it's important to be aware while Mercury is here in the sign of Libra for the next 3 weeks or so, because during this time we have the South Node in Libra. The South Node is where we purge, sacrifice. It's karmic, it's unhealthy. This is our comfort zone, and we choose to leave because the North Node is in your sign, Aries. So this is where you'll be really thinking about the communications and connections you have to others, and what is unhealthy that you need to rid or let go of, especially in terms of communication. So that's what you'll be doing during this time. And it's important for you to be aware of that, because we do have an eclipse, a solar new moon eclipse coming up, also in the 7th house, where you are setting forth a new direction when it comes to your relationships with others. Now, on October 8th, we have Venus in your 6th house. This is a lot to do with your health, your day-to-day routine, and how you're taking care of yourself. Venus in the 6th can really help us craving a sweet tooth. It's where we want to relax, take it easy. Venus is about the pleasures of life. And even though this is your day-to-day routine, you are really seeking out pleasure within your day-to-day routine. Even if you have a job, you'll be looking about what gives you passion, what do you feel that you love to do. It's all about what you love to do. And even when it comes to your physical vitality, this is and your body, you might want to even, choose something that makes you feel good, dress in a certain way that makes you feel good, eat in a certain way that makes your body feel good. You're looking to feel good, and watch out for that sweetness, because Venus here can really have us craving sweetness. On the 10th of October, Pluto goes direct, and for you, this has to do with your career. Pluto has been retrograde in Capricorn, and it's going direct in Capricorn. And for you, this is your career, your sense of goals and purpose. During this time, you are releasing a decade since 2008. Power struggles, power dynamics when it comes to authority figures within your life, and that has to do with bosses, employers, anyone that stands in authority over you. So if you were dealing with lawyers, or if you were dealing with even parents. So if you are not working yet, yes, parents as well fall in this authority figure, authority role. So think of anyone that's an authority, people that tell you and direct you on the direction that you need to take. So parents do that, employers do that, companies do that, banks, anyone that's directing you. If you have to, deal with police, yes, that's an authority figure. So decade long of Pluto being Capricorn, power struggles, power dynamics, manipulation, all of these energies of having to deal with basically releasing and letting go and standing up in your own power. And a lot of Aries would have felt the need to step up into their power, to go after promotions over the past decade, to want to be leaders, to want to break free. So now that Pluto is direct, you can really direct this power of what you learned during the retrograde period over the past couple of months of, power dynamics, power struggles, or anyone that feels that they're an authority over you in your life, that you are currently breaking cycles with in order to step up into empowerment in terms of your career or your personal goals, whatever those goals might be for you. Some goals might be a healthy life, whatever that may be for you. as well as your personal reputation. You could have also met very powerful people in this past decade as well. People that have a lot of power, and you would have been learning a lot about power within this decade. So now that Pluto is going direct, it's about your personal power and how you can manage and utilize this in order to come out strong. Okay, now on the 11th of October, Mars will now be in your 8th house. So you are really taking action when it comes to assets, joint finances, research. You're also taking a lot of action when it comes to, once again, setting healthy boundaries, especially in intimate personal relationships to you, relationships where you are vulnerable. Mars, it can bring up a lot of aggression in the 8th, especially because it's where we need to stand up and set those boundaries. It's where Mars is like about action, motivation. It can bring up aggravation as well in order for us to take action. So you might want to take action on your finances, your assets, investments. You'll want to take action on boundaries within connections that you feel are draining you and taking away from your energy. Now, on the 14th, then we have this new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Libra, your 7th house of one-on-one connections to others. You have been, since the Aries full moon in September, on the 29th of September, clearing out unhealthy relationships from your life, breaking ties, toxic relationships, setting boundaries, and it could have brought up a lot of anger and aggression. This new moon is taking you in a new direction when it comes to your one-on-one connections, both personally and professionally over the next 6 months. So even though the new moon's on the 14th, this energy will carry forth over the next 6 months, where you will be meeting new people and connecting to new associations, and also letting go of associations that are unhealthy, toxic, and are just pulling you down. On the 21st, Mercury now will also be in this 8th house of vulnerabilities, past fears, past traumas, secrets. Secrets can come to light a lot, even with Mars in the 8 secrets. That's why it's great for research. If there's anything you need to research in terms of finances, any information you didn't know. And on the 21st, this becomes more relevant. On the 23rd, with as well this energy, because the sun now will also be in this 8th house. So a lot to do with uncovering truths about yourself, your fears, your insecurities, truths about others, personal boundaries and intimacy and connection to others, as well as your finances, and also putting end to cycles within your life. On the 28th, we end off this energy with a powerful full moon lunar eclipse in your 2nd house. Right? And this has to do with finances, income, skills, and talents. You might be looking at your budget and how you be managing your finances and what changes you need to make to improve your finances. You might even think about applying for a different job in order to boost your income. If you have hobbies, you'll want to use your hobbies to earn some extra money, but you're really looking at ways to boost your income. If there's anything you've been working on, you can reap the rewards and receive a payout for it at that time. If not, it's a time for you to really look at your money and income and see ways in which you can move forward with financial growth. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, Taurus. Now, October is a month, especially October 2023, definitely a month for you for clearing out old cycles in your life. There is an eclipse happening in your sign towards the end of the month. And we are in eclipse season. All of us, our lives are about to change. Change can bring a lot of stress, so do manage your health very well. As we do know that stress basically creates inflammation in the body, which leads to us feeling unwell. So take care of how you're eating, sleeping, drinking. Give yourself rest when you need it during this time. Know that eclipses take us into the next 6 months. So whatever happens during eclipse season, which we're in the month of October, will take us forward into the next 6 months, which we'll be working on. So, Taurus, on the 4th, we have Mercury entering into this 6th house. You'll be thinking a lot about your health, how you manage your routine, how you're getting organized, a lot of communication when it comes to work and organization for work as well, work projects, and thinking about ways in which to become more productive and organized at work. But not only just work, you'll also be thinking about your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically, and how you can manage and take care of that. When it comes to mental health, what are you watching that can actually, on television, that can destroy one's mental health, bring in fear and anxiety, as well as how are you sleeping? How are you eating? Do you fall asleep with the television on? All of these things will come into the forefront, and you'll want to think about how you can improve your health. On the 8th of October, we have Venus in the 5th, and this is great for romance. It's great for meeting new people. It's great for existing romances. And you're pretty practical and serious about matters when it comes to romance. Great for dates, great for fun, great for creativity, and great for working on creative projects. If you're an entrepreneur, this will really boost your creativity when it comes to your work life. And not only will this do that, it also will help you in terms of if you're working on any work projects, you will find ways to work around it as creativity is boosted. It's really a good time to have fun, pleasure, indulge in your senses going forward. On October 10th, we have Pluto now direct in your 9th house, and Pluto's been retrograde for the past couple of months. Pluto has been in your 9th house since 2008, so that's a whole decade basically. And now you're using this time of Pluto going direct to step up into your power when it comes to expansion, growth in your life, especially for Taurus. So Taurus, understand, because of this whole transformation you've been going through, this could have really impacted higher education over the past decade, where education could have been hard, higher education could have been hard, struggles, power dynamics, power struggles with your sense of belief, power struggles when it comes to authority figures. So if there was any religious leaders, you could have went through that transformation of having to learn to step up into your own spiritual energy for you. So it's a lot about shifting your beliefs when it comes to you and the direction going forward. And now that Pluto is direct, you can really utilize this energy when it comes to expansion, anything you want to grow, optimism, sense of beliefs that you want to expand upon, and higher education. On October 11th, Mars now moves into the 7th house, and this can bring a lot of tension. Mars doesn't like to be here. The 7th house is the house of relationships, personally and professionally. When it comes to Mars, Mars is a planet of action, motivation, and aggression. It can bring some sexy time, sexual intimacy to the 7th house, especially because Mars also rules getting physical, so sex, exercise kind of vibes. So understand that. But it's important to know that you could find you feeling a bit more frustrated and aggravated when it comes to your one-on-one connections and relationships, personally and professionally. Remember to maintain healthy boundaries, and it's okay to feel angry. Just listen to that anger and feel like, okay, what do I need to take action on? That's why it's Mars. Mars is the planet of action, motivation, aggression. So it's like sometimes we can become aggressive about something, but we need to feel motivated to make an action. Do you need to set healthy boundaries? Is it maybe just one thing that's irritating you about maybe a partner that you need to express in order to put that energy forward? On October 14th, new moon solar eclipse in your 6th house. And this will impact you for the next 6 months. Right? Whatever happens during this time, you're going to work through it over the next 6 months. And for you, it's working with your health, mentally, emotionally, physically, as well as your work life, your day-to-day routine. You're going to look at new ways in order to become more organized, efficient within your work life. A lot of changes can happen during this time to your work life, but it's to allow for you to become efficient. Remember that this new moon solar eclipse is with the South Node. So this is an area of life that maybe it's possible that a lot of your time and energy is wasted on frivolous things that you shouldn't need to worry about. And this is going to really put a lot of pressure on you to cut that out and to start focusing on how to become more streamlined and focused when it comes to organization, when it comes to maintenance too of your physical, mental, and emotional health. If you're feeling unwell and you do not have the energy, do not exert yourself. Give yourself rest, give yourself a break, drink plenty of water, especially during the eclipse. But health management and time management and organization will be the theme for you over the next 6 months. Now, on the 21st, we do have the Mercury moving into the 7th house. So you want to be communicating a lot with your one-on-one connections, a lot of communication with personally and professionally, and thinking about it as well, negotiations and deals. 23rd, the sun will highlight and boost this energy where you have a lot of focus on your relationships, personal and professional. And by the time the 28th comes around, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in your sign, Taurus. And this is important because the North Node has been in your sign from last year, January of last year, and it changed in July of this year, 2023, into Aries. This is a time for you, Taurus, where you are finally going to be done and closing out the chapters of the North Node being in Taurus with the South Node in Scorpio, which was purging out relationships from your life that were unhealthy, right? Out of balance, where you were giving your power away. And this full moon lunar eclipse is asking you within yourself, after clearing of relationships personally and professionally with the South Node since last year, right? And also within this year, because we had a full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio this year in May. It's asking you, okay, Taurus, now what within you needs to change? What do you need to release within yourself in order to align to your personal goals? You had the North Node in your sign. It was about direction and destiny point for you. You've cleared out a lot of relationships, personally and professionally, karmic cycles within relationships, and that's what you were meant to do. Now with this full moon lunar eclipse, it's asking you, and it's a purge within you to release, to purge out within yourself what is holding you back from the destiny you deserve and the connections that you deserve, personally, professionally, the success, the abundance. So Taurus, what changes need to happen within your life over the next 6 months and with this eclipse that you need to start implementing in order to be the success that you truly are? Gemini, welcome to October 2023 Astrology Forecast. Now, Gemini, this is eclipse season, and what happens during this month, we carry this energy which we will be working with over the next 6 months. Do take care of your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically, as eclipses are intense energy when it comes to being felt, and we can basically really feel it within our bodies on every single level. So take care of yourself. And also know that we end cycles during eclipse season, karmic cycles. Doors close in order for new doors to open. So on October 4th, we have Mercury in the 5th. This has to do with your romantic, your pleasure, your hobbies, and you'll be thinking a lot about your romantic life. You can even have people from the past romantically contact you, and this is because the South Node is in this area of life. And what this means is that with the South Node, it's purging out, releasing, and letting go. So there's a lot of releasing and letting go from your romantic life. You could even meet people that you dated in the past come back into your life. And also to do with your creative projects and seeing what distracts you from focusing on your creativity and focusing on pleasure, enjoyment, and romance, and just fun and pleasure. You'll be thinking about it, and this is what's stirring within you. Now, on October 8th, we have Venus in the 4th. And this is really good for your home life. You might be making your home comfy. You might be decorating your home, making it, beautiful, decluttering your home. Venus loves beautiful things within the home. So you'll be beautifying your home. You'll be thinking about what brings beauty to your living space. And if you don't have it, you might even consider, where do I need to move where I can get this beautiful feeling? It's really good also to spend some time with family and close loved ones. Venus here is in harmony and peace and wants to connect to loved ones. Now, on October 10th, Pluto goes direct in your 8th house. So from 2008, you've been dealing with Pluto in the 8th. Pluto is a planet of death and destruction. 8th house has to do with your assets and joint finances, as well as power struggles, power dynamics, as well within your life. Secrets, betrayals, pain, past trauma, and you've been dealing with this energy since 2008. This is where we face our pain, where we face betrayals, where we face deception, and we come out stronger. We become to be, more aware, more self-perceptive, and more perceptive too of others and our environment. And this is a big transformation you've been going through. Pluto is the planet of transformation. When Pluto goes direct, this is where you're stepping up into your power when it comes to joint finances, as well as personal power when it comes to dealing with anything psychological, like psychological trauma that's been holding you back, or pain that's been holding you back, or betrayal that's been holding you back. You are stepping up into your power. On October 11th, Mars now will be in your 6th house, and this gives you, vitality to take action. You're feeling physically strong. You want to take action. You might even feel like, hey, I need to take action and I need to exercise more. I need to take care of my health mentally, emotionally, and physically. I have more action and energy to take care of my work, my job, my day-to-day routine, and become more organized and like precise. On October 14th, new moon solar eclipse in this 5th house of area of life, which you'll be working on until next year, until the eclipses happen 6 months later. So whatever happens now, pay special attention to it. It is going to be the theme that takes us to 2025, but also the theme of the next 6 months. With this eclipse in the 5th house, you could break up with someone, especially with the South Node being there. It allows for a new beginning in your romantic life. And in order to do so, because it is a new moon, it's like either I break up with connections that are just not fulfilling me romantically or end it, or I can really connect to what truly, like meet new people that can truly meet me on this loving, romantic, passionate level that I feel within me. If you're not dealing with relationships, you'll be dealing about your creativity. What is stopping you from your creativity? What is stopping you from pleasure? What is stopping you from fun? And it's encouraging you to have fun, enjoy life. On the 21st, Mercury now will be in your 6th house, and you'll be focusing on your work life, communication at work, becoming more precise, a lot of thinking about your physical, mental, and emotional health and how you can take care of yourself, becoming more organized and proficient, especially on the 23rd when the Sun now and Mercury will be in the same area of life, focusing on health, focusing on how you take care of yourself, and focusing on your day-to-day routine as well as work. Now, on the 28th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in the energy of your 12th house, releasing, letting go. You could feel so exhausted, tired, and drained. You are done. You've been working hard. We spoke a lot about managing your work and taking care of a lot of things, becoming more organized and proficient. By the time this full moon lunar eclipse happens, you're just exhausted and tired, and you're going to need some rest. And not only are you exhausted mentally and emotionally, you might even feel the need to cry at this time. You'll be closing out all cycles within your life. This is where you decide you're no longer talking to someone, you're no longer doing a certain thing within your life. You are cutting out bad habits, unhealthy connections, and even stuff from the past that are long ago, patterns subconsciously within you. You'll be cutting them out, and you'll be making changes to your life. This full moon lunar eclipse on the 28th of October is a time for healing and taking care of you the most, and you'll be doing that over the next 6 months. Healing, reassessing yourself, as well as focusing on what truly brings you pleasure and enjoyment into your life. Hello Cancer, and welcome to your October 2023 astrology forecast. Now, it's eclipse season. Wildcard energy changes happen, and whatever changes we experience during eclipse season within this time, we decide going forward over the next 6 months to implement these changes. So this month is very important. Be aware of it, take note of it, and understand it. Please take care of your health. Eclipses are wildcard energy, unexpected changes. We close karmic cycles and doors within our lives in order to open new doors, in order to connect to destiny. These changes can create stress, and due to that stress, it impacts our health. So please take care of your health. This is where people either leave or new people come in, and we deal with these situations, whether it's work, family, friends, so forth. We go through these changes. It's important. Now, on the 4th, we have Mercury entering into this area of life of your 4th house. Domestic, anyone that you're living with in a living situation in your home or family or home life. You'll be thinking about the past, childhood experiences. South Node is there. So this is taking you into a very emotional section and area of your life, especially family members, any family that you have to deal with. Doesn't have to just be blood family, soul family, people that either marry into your family that you have to deal with. So you're dealing with family. South Node is showing you where you need to set healthy boundaries when it comes to connections, anyone that you're living with within your home. The communication can be pretty intense and might even bring up past experiences, might touch on sensitive areas when it comes to emotional wounds of the past. And it's important. This is because the South Node's in Libra until 2025. So anytime anything moves into Libra and Mercury will be in Libra, you'll be experiencing this release and having to set healthy boundaries when it comes to family. This is where you are disconnecting, and doesn't have to be family. It can be someone that you share. If you have roommates and they're in your home, they're now living in your fourth house. If you have a partner that you're living with and you're not yet married, fourth house, you're dealing with the fourth house and having to set those healthy boundaries in terms of communication. The communication can be pretty intense, and you're going to need to make those boundaries. And it doesn't only have to deal with that. Even thinking about moving home, thinking about where you should live, you'll be kind of wanting to make these changes to improve your life. And your home life is so important, Cancer. Okay? Just understand that you need to feel comfortable. You need to feel safe. You need to feel that you can emotionally express yourself within your home life. Now, October 8th, Venus will be in this third area of life, and a lot of people want to chat to you, communicate with you. Communication is wild. People want to just talk to you. You'll be sending off a lot of messages, text messages. People want to express their love for you. It's good, you know. There's a lot of loving communication. Maybe friends, people that you associate with, people that are maybe siblings even. Anyone wants to communicate with you. You also be thinking about networking if you have a business, anything you want to put out there, your skills and talents. You'll even be thinking about learning something new. It's really good for improving your environment as well, and completing any tasks that you need to, errand running, getting things done, but you're doing it with lots of enjoyment and pleasure. So the things that give you pleasure, you're getting those things done. October 10th, Pluto will go direct in the 7th house. This is important. This is so important. Now, since 2008, Pluto's been in Capricorn. Pluto is going direct in Capricorn on October 10th, 2023. And it's been in your 7th house. Cancer, I love you. And Cancer, you've been dealing with power struggles and power dynamics in romantic connections, secrets, power plays. Not only just romantic, anytime you were in a one-on-one connection, because this works both personally and professionally, you were having to deal with some shady power plays and power dynamics. And this could have brought up a lot of trauma and pain from your one-on-one connections with others. Maybe a friend who betrayed you, a colleague who betrayed you, a family member, one-on-one connections, a lover, a husband, a wife, someone who betrayed you. And you've been going through this since 2008, dealing with betrayal, secrets coming to light, power plays, power dynamics, death and endings within this area of life because of Pluto. Now that Pluto is direct, and when Pluto goes direct on 10th of October, you are ready to step up into your power when it comes to your one-on-one associations, lovers, friends, family, whoever. You are just like, I am this powerful being and I know my power and I will not tolerate this behavior anymore. This is what Pluto teaches us, even though it can be painful. Pluto will also show you how you can face those traumas and pains and step up into this power play where you become powerful. You rise like the phoenix in Pluto, and that's what you'll be doing. Right, October 11th, Mars is now in this 5th house, and you want to take action. You're feeling motivated when it comes to romance within your life. So you might think about a romantic partner and reigniting the spark. Or if it's not, you're going to actually have some conflict with your romantic partner. This will also be a time to really push forward on creative projects, artsy projects, music, anything that gives you passion, Cancer, cooking, anything that makes you feel comfortable and you're passionate about. You want to take action on your creative hobbies and pursuits. Your creativity is boosted and you can take action on that. Romantic relationships that work, you can boost that romance there. But if it's not, you can be met with some conflict there as well. October 14th, new moon solar eclipse in your 4th house. This is where you are now with the South Node. You're setting those healthy boundaries. You could either be moving home, changing your living situation, setting healthy boundaries within your living situation. Also, and this has to do with living situation. If you have a landlord, tenant, a partner that you're sharing a space with, roommates, you're setting those healthy boundaries. You're setting healthy boundaries with family members. You're setting healthy boundaries. And you're going to have a new version of you come through when it comes to how you deal with your family dynamic going forward. You might even feel like, even if you have children, anything like that, you'll be thinking of ways to basically, a new way forward when it comes to how you are handling your family and what changes you need to make. On the 21st, we have the sun now Mercury in the 5th, and on the 23rd, the sun will move into the 5th. And this is where you're thinking of communicating with romantic partners, you're thinking about your creative pursuits, you're communicating about it, you want to have some fun and pleasure, and the sun highlights that you want to have a good time and you're really looking forward to pleasure. The 5th house is all about pleasure, and that's what you're looking forward to. On the 28th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse, and this is now in your 11th house. You are done with certain associations and connections to certain groups or people that you no longer feel you can associate with. You want to associate to people that feel like your soul tribe, that get you on a soul level. And if they don't get you, by this time you're like, peace, I'm done. And this is really good also with this full moon lunar eclipse, because as you clear out the associations that you have and you walk forward with who you are, you decide to really focus on your future vision and dreams that you have for you. Leo, October 2023 is eclipse season. What happens during these eclipses take us forward into the next 6 months. So pay attention to the eclipses and what you experience, because what we experience during this time, we work with that energy over the next 6 months. So this is what you will be working through. So watch and I will explain it all to you. Please take care of your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Our health can feel like it's waning during this time because eclipses are wild cards. Unexpected changes happen to us. And we can feel the intensity of the eclipses, and this can have an impact on our sleep cycles, our health. So take care of you. Understand that we close karmic cycles during eclipse season as we close old doors and walk into new. On October 4th, Mercury will be in your 3rd house. Your mind is so busy. So take some time to mentally, meditate, walk in nature, slow your mind down, because your mind you'll be overthinking things. You'll be thinking about a lot of things. Mercury is about your mind, your intellect, and your communication. 3rd house is ruled by Mercury. So you are communicating. You'll be communicating to friends, family, neighbors, siblings. You're communicating a lot. You just want to express yourself. There's a lot of ideas that you have. It's really good to use this time for learning, and you might want to read a book, or you might want to pick up a new skill. You want to improve on your skills that you already have maybe, but it's really great for learning and education, and also networking. So marketing, anything like that, writing, journals, books, anything that you need to write, writing projects, really good. October 8th, Venus is in the 2nd, and thank goodness this happens. This is important because Venus, planet of love, luxury, and beauty, in the 2nd, income and money. So if you've been going through money struggles and things have been pretty intense with your money, or you've been waiting for payouts and so forth and had to balance things, Venus here can actually allow for income to come to you. And you might be more inclined with Venus there to spoil yourself. You'll be feeling like, gosh, the Venus retrograde from July into September was intense. And then I had a Mercury retrograde in the 2nd, you Leo, which really impacted and slowed down your money, your sense of self-worth. And you could have just been feeling a little low in yourself. This is a time where money becomes better, life becomes sweeter, and you want to splurge a little. So splurge, you have the right to do so. October 10th, Pluto goes direct in your 6th house. Now, Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. Pluto will be going direct in Capricorn on the 10th of October in your 6th house. You've been dealing with power dynamics and power plays, especially when it comes to co-workers, your day-to-day routine. So even if you were in college or school, there would have been a lot of power plays, power dynamics, because that's your day-to-day routine and where you're spending most of your time, right? So this really impacts power plays, power dynamics, day-to-day routine. If you have a job, it impacts co-workers. Pluto going direct here as well could have also showed you areas of how you need to take care of your health mentally, emotionally, and physically. A lot of shady things could have happened around you when it comes to your environment, like your day-to-day routine where you're spending your time, and also in co-workers, when you had a working environment, you could have just felt like, oh my gosh, power plays, power dynamics, manipulation, deception, everything coming to light. Now you're finally ready to step up into your power when it comes to your health, your day-to-day routine, as well as your work life. You might even consider what needs to change and transform in order for your self-improvement, health as well as work. October 11th, Mars now in the 4th, and Mars 4th house has to do with your emotions, your home, your family, your domestic living situations, anyone that lives in your living space, and you feel motivated to take action upon things. If you need to renovate your home, move home, all those things, tidy up your home, you're motivated to take care of your space in practical ways. However, when it comes to family members, you could deal with conflict, or anyone within your living situation, or anyone that holds a space within your heart. It touches on your deep emotions in the 4th house. You need to set some healthy boundaries as well. This is a time where you might even feel motivated. If a family member needs help, you'd want to go there and help them. You want to take action upon it. But if there's anyone pushing your boundaries, especially because it's Mars, and Mars brings aggression, so conflict can happen in this area of life, it's important to see, are you reacting? Is the anger necessary? If the anger is necessary, what action you need to take? Do you need to set healthy boundaries? But if you're just reacting, take it easy. Find comfort. That's what the 4th house loves. You might even feel more like you want to take action on taking some comfort and some downtime. October 14th, new moon solar eclipse in the 3rd, South Node. So this is intense because your mind is really, you need to slow your mind down. A new moon is like a new way forward, especially with like a solar eclipse, of learning things. But you need to watch your mind, especially because your mind can just be overactive and how you're communicating and expressing yourself as well. South Node will show you expression of self that is not working for you, maybe. Or maybe the people that you're communicating with is not working for you and draining your energy. You need to watch how you communicate, how you express yourself. South Node is a sacrifice, a purging, it's karmic, it's unhealthy communication, unhealthy thinking. And you, Leo, need to clear this wave out of that mindset in order to construct a new mindset, which will go until 2025, where you're constructing this new mindset, a new way of thinking, a new way of expressing yourself, maybe even expressing yourself about things that were painful in order to seek that healing, or journaling about it. But it's important for you to do so. Really good for new circles within your life, connecting to new people, communicating with new people, calling in new connections, shifting your environment completely as well. Even thinking about little trips to help ease your mind. Trips will be good for you, right? 21st. Okay, Mercury's in the 4th, and you're communicating a lot within your home life, family, your living situation, anything to do with your home. Communication, even like documentation about your home as well, like, contracts, agreements, so forth. And also the sun highlights this. The sun also can illuminate this and bring you a little bit more like, let's have some peace and harmony within my family. Let's see what opportunities can come to me in my home life. And you might even feel emotionally a bit better. And then Mars being in that 4th. On the 28th, the full moon lunar eclipse in your 10th house. And remember, this full moon in lunar eclipse, Uranus is in your 10th house. You also have Jupiter in the 10th. This is all about your public reputation, your career, going after your goals, all the things that are important to you that you want to pursue in your sense of purpose. And this full moon lunar eclipse is telling you, you need to make a change. You need to make a change to your goals. What is it maybe that you're doing that's taking you away from your goals? What do you need to do to accomplish your goals? Are the goals that you have working for you? Do you need to change your career? You could also reap the rewards if you've been working towards something within your career. You can reap the rewards, get the acknowledgement, get that promotion. But if not, and it's not working for you, you need to make a change. Uranus is also there in this 10th, which is unexpected changes and making changes in thinking outside the box in order to reach opportunities. And Jupiter is about, maybe opportunities to travel, opportunities to, especially when it comes to career, looking for a way in order to bring some optimism and faith into your career so that you can truly feel good. And not just career, your goals, your sense of purpose, and your public reputation as well. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your October 2023 astrology forecast. You've just celebrated your birthday. Birthday was a Mercury retrograde. So that could have created a lot of unexpected things happening, delays, frustrations, people from the past, miscommunication, and some conflict. And that's, kind of how your birthday went with the birthday period. It doesn't mean there weren't good aspects to it. And you could have just felt mentally exhausted, right? Now, in October, we have eclipses, and eclipses can be quite exhausting too. So please give yourself the rest that you need and take care of your health. With eclipses, bear in mind, this energy takes us forward into the next 6 months, into 2024. So what happens during these eclipses is very important as it takes us forward. So pay attention to them. On the 4th, we have Mercury entering into the 2nd house, and you're really thinking about your skills, your talents, and which ways you can boost your income. Any negotiations that you're working through when it comes to money could come through, and you're thinking about your skills and talents and how you can boost your income, what you can do to earn more money. October 8th, we have Venus in the 1st, and that's great for you. Venus is in your sign, and this is, yay, you're feeling good physically, mentally, emotionally, you're beautifying yourself, you might buy yourself a pretty outfit, you're feeling passionate about your goals, you really want to go after things, you're feeling quite good. And you're very serious too about these things. It's like, I'm serious about my goals, I'm serious about my physical self, I'm serious about my energy and how I carry it forth, I'm feeling beautiful. And it's good for romance too. You're more magnetic. People are drawn to you. People want to communicate with you. People want to express to you. It's not only good for romance, but people are just drawn to you during this time. It makes you magnetic, especially with Venus in the 1st. Now, on October 10th, we have Pluto going direct in the 5th, and Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008, right? And Pluto will be going direct in Capricorn on the 10th of October 2023. It's been retrograde for the past couple of months. So since 2008, you've been dealing with power plays and power dynamics when it comes to your romantic life, right? Secrets, betrayals, past pain, trauma, especially in romantic areas of your life. And also when it comes to children, if you have kids during this time from 2008 going forward, there could be power plays, power dynamics when it comes to children, especially like court cases, legal battles, that kind of stuff. All of that stuff Pluto does. Pluto likes to unearth things. Pluto shows us, you know, the darker side of nature. It's a plan of death, destruction, as well as transformation. Now when Pluto goes direct, you're ready to step up into empowerment when it comes to your romantic life and your creative hobbies and pursuits. It's also very hard when Pluto's in the 5th for the past decade to really even connect to pleasure and fun in life. It's somehow, even when you're trying to have this pleasure and fun, it takes on a darker feel of things, like almost like you're not feeling it because Pluto's heavy and showing you these elements within life in order to transform. It's really good for creative projects. It gives you the power play and power dynamic to step up into your creativity. And that's what you should have been doing over this past decade. And now you can take charge when Pluto goes direct when it comes to creative projects. And it can also unearth any secrets or anything that's been hidden. And when it goes direct, especially when it comes to your romantic life. But it's really good for creative projects and creative hobbies. On the 11th, we have Mars in the 3rd, and you're communicating, you're networking. Mars gives you the action, motivation. Watch out for your communication. It can come across aggressive, or other people's communication to you can also become aggressive. So set those healthy boundaries when it comes to, you know, unhealthy communication or unhealthy thinking. You know, Mars is about taking action. You could get thoughts though and ideas that are genius that you need to take action upon. So do that. Now, Virgo, on the 14th of October, there's a new moon solar eclipse happening in the 2nd house. It's all about your money and income. This opens new opportunities to you. But you need to release all ways of thinking, especially about self-worth and value within your life, as well as, you know, maybe even spending your money in unhealthy ways. And what I mean by spending your money in an unhealthy way is not things that are for your betterment, but maybe just overspending or just giving money away and not really thinking about it. You really need to set the tone of how you want to set, you know, your goals for your financial plans, especially going into 2024. And you need to cut out unhealthy habits. So are you just giving money away? Are you just buying things for people? You are the sign of service. So sometimes when you're a Virgo sun, Virgo rising, Virgo moon, you can spend money on people like unnecessarily because you want to be of service to them. So if they need something, you go out and get it. You know, Virgo suns are motivated to do that. Virgo moons will probably do it at home and family, and Virgo risings in general so would be doing this. So watch for that, of how much you give out to people, right? Financially, and that's what you'll be cutting out, and not things that are for the betterment of your health. Like if you have to go to a doctor and you need to pay them, that's something you need to do. Or if you're doing something for your well-being, that's something you need to do because that's for you. It's where you become of service to others and you hand out finances unnecessarily in different directions as well to people. So watch out for that, you know, especially family and spouses. And you need to do this, you need to curb that so that you can focus on new opportunities for finance to you. The universe will watch how you feel about yourself and what you are doing in order to give you what you truly deserve. So you need to know you are worthy. You need to take care of you. You need to set healthy financial boundaries with loved ones or people that you are of service to. And really watch how you can grow your finances. 21st of October, Mercury in the 3rd, 23rd, Sun in the 3rd. This really highlights communication, networking, negotiations, even marketing, putting yourself more out there. Really good for learning as well. Anything you want to learn, you can definitely do that. Reading books, writing, journaling, all of that, taking in a lot of information. 28th October, full moon lunar eclipse in the 9th. This has been transforming your sense of beliefs, your spiritual journey, right, for yourself, as well as if you want to if you've completed anything with higher education, you can complete it this time, or making any changes to your education, your higher learning education of expansion of mind. You could also complete a traveling trip at this time, or consider, you know, what changes you need to make in your life so that you can travel and have fun within your life. And that's what you're doing, looking for expansion, growth, and meeting people from foreign places and having that beautiful energy come into your life. Libra, October is an intense month. There's a lot going on in October. Eclipse season, it's your birthday season. This is a major time for transformations. Eclipses are when karmic cycles close out. Because of this wild card, unexpected energy that happens with eclipses, and we go through this massive change that takes us, that we work through it over the next 6 months until next eclipse cycle. Please take care of your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Give yourself what you need at the time. If you need water, if you need sleep, if you need just comfort, give yourself that. Otherwise, you will suffer from burnout, having to deal with the intensity of this planetary energy. Now, on the 4th of October, Mercury moves into your first house. It's in your sign. And with the South Node, you are reconsidering how you communicate, how you express yourself. Your mind also might be really reflective on past experiences, past things that you've been dealing with. And this is a time for you with the South Node to shift how you've been thinking, especially South Node with Mercury. South Node's in Libra, Mercury's in Libra, your sign. Shift how you're thinking, shift a way for you to change and let go of outdated ways of thinking, outdated ways of giving your energy away to people and thinking that you need to and should to. So that's what you are doing. On the 8th of October, Venus moves into this 12th house, and you are needing some rest and recuperation. Venus in the 12th Venus has to do with love, luxury, money. 12th house is endings, releasing, letting go. So what you need to release and let go in terms of finance, what you need to release and let go in terms of relationships. People from the past might connect to you, especially romantic people or people you felt an emotional connection to, and you might be reflective more on the past in order to heal and set yourself free. Now, on October 10th, Pluto goes direct in Capricorn. Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008, and Pluto's been retrograde for the past couple of months, and now it's going direct in your 4th house. And this is important because you're a cardinal sign, and Capricorn's a cardinal sign, Libra. This has been since 2008. Pluto is a planet of transformation, death, destruction, releasing, and letting go. And through that transformation, even painful experiences, trauma as well. This is the 4th house of home, family, and like living situations. So you could have been going through a lot of transformation in terms of living, your home environment, where you live, as well as power plays and power dynamics with family or people that you have a strong emotional connection to. And you're also going through childhood transformation, experiences within childhood that, you know, you could have experienced. Like maybe you needed to be really responsible. And so then you grew up as an adult and became responsible for everyone else. However, that burden is heavy to be responsible for everyone else. As individuals, we need to be responsible for ourselves. So there's a lot of that secrets, power plays coming to the foresight, especially for Libras when it comes to their home and family. And this could affect romantic partners. If you are married or living with someone in a home situation, death and destruction, transformation and endings over this past decade. Now that Pluto's direct in your 4th, it's where you are stepping up into power, especially emotional power, where you are looking at your emotions and where you give your energy away. Where did you form these beliefs that you had to do this, that you needed to people please, that you needed to give into this energy, and you're pulling that energy back to yourself, right? And that's important for you to do. On October 11th, Mars moves into the 2nd house, and you're feeling motivated when it comes to earning money, your income, your skills, your talents. You're very motivated about these things going forward. October 14th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in your sign with the South Node. This is a new you being born, but in order for a new you to be born, just like a snake sheds its skin, you are shedding. You are outgrowing the old version of you, the people pleasing, the giving your power away, to avoiding conflict, and sometimes even not expressing yourself or not taking bold courage and direction. You've outgrown that version. And with this new moon solar eclipse, a new you is coming through. You are being born into this version of self that's filled with empowerment and boundaries, and is not sacrificing your wants and needs. You're expressing these wants and needs with people. And the people that do not get you are falling by the wayside, and the people that do support you are staying for the ride. So keep up with that energy. You're on this journey until 2025, and this eclipse is important, as this energy will take you to the next eclipse cycle 6 months from now. So you'll be working with this, stepping up into this new version of you as you're growing as an individual. October 21st, Mercury's in the second. October 23rd, the Sun is in the second, and this boosts and highlights money, income, skills, and talents. And you're really focusing on those areas of life in order to boost your income, boost your sense of self-worth, and what gives value to your life. On the 28th of October, we have a full moon lunar eclipse, and this is in your 8th house, and this has to do with trauma, pain, and suffering of the past, especially with the 8th house. It's our psychological feelings, especially things that psychologically like maybe hurt us or dampened our sparkle. You are now transforming that energy into empowerment. You are setting healthy boundaries, especially in intimate connections that are taking away from your power. Secrets may come to light with this full moon. You'll be more aware. It's really good for spiritual practices. You could become more awakened spiritually and connect to a spiritual path that gives you a sense of fulfillment within your soul. You'll also be looking at your income and like joint income, assets in that essence, or joint finances, banks, loans, and so forth. If you apply for anything, it could come through, or at this time you're looking at a way to reassess your budget and finances going forward. Hello Scorpio, and welcome to October 2023 Astrology Forecast. And boom, what a time it is. October, the year's almost done, and we are in eclipse season. And this eclipse energy takes us into 2024, because what happens during eclipse cycles, we work with that energy over the next 6 months. Eclipses are life-changing events. Karmic cycles come to an end, new doors open, so that's why we work with it. We enter into a new chapter. Our environment, our perspective, we shift, people leave, people come in. That's what happens during eclipse season. It's important for you to take care of your health, as eclipses are wild card, unexpected changes. So when we experience stress and tension, this can create inflammation within the body, which weakens our system. So it's important to give yourself what you need. Take your vitamins, drink your water, give you the sleep that you need, especially if you're feeling exhausted. Now, on the 4th of October, we have Mercury entering into your 12th house, and you're mentally exhausted as it is. 12th house is exhaustion, tired, sleep, your mind just is foggy, you're dwelling on the past, you're thinking about closing chapters. You might communicate with people and be like, I'm done. You might not even feel like you need to or want to communicate with people. You might even want to ghost people and just not express yourself. You're kind of living within your own mind. It's hermit mode. It's time for healing and like, more of a spiritual deepening of self. And it's like when we are in that hermit mode, we can't connect to the world around us. We're connecting to our soul. And that's what the 12th house is about. What does your soul feel that will fulfill you? It's great for meditation. It's great for learning spiritual practices. It's great for slowing down mentally. And that's what you are feeling. And it's important. It's with the South Node too. So you are going through this whole purge of subconscious unhealthy cycles that keep you stuck in a rut, and you're letting those things go. Whether it's relationships, situations, how you're thinking, you are letting those go. Anything addictive or unhealthy, you need to let it go, right? And anything that you create within your life to sabotage yourself is what you're letting go. October 8th, Venus is in the 11th, and you're connecting a lot to friends, family, various groups within your life, social circles. There's a lot of love coming on. You can get love, like connections through your friendships. Or if you are in a relationship, go out with friends a lot. But you're spending time with friends, you're spending time with people that you socialize with. As long as it's a group you're socializing, and you're feeling passionate about your future, hopes and dreams. October 10th, Pluto goes direct in the third. Now, Pluto's been in your third house since 2008 in Capricorn, and Pluto will be going direct in Capricorn. Pluto's been retrograde for the past couple of months. So you can experience a transformation in how you think, how you express yourself. Your words will be more impactful and powerful, and you're more feeling empowered, especially mentally, about the process that you're going through. Any information that was hidden, though, with Pluto going direct will come to light. October 21st. No, sorry. October 11th, Mars will enter into your sign, right? Into Scorpio, and you'll be feeling very powerful, motivated to take action upon your goals and what's important to you. On October 14th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in this 12th house. And with the South Node, you are releasing anything that sabotages you. You're closing doors, you're closing chapters, you're saying no more to certain people, you're closing situations, anything that's in your environment, your space, who you are as a person. You'll be looking and be like, I need to end this, I need to end that, I need to end this, I need to end that cycle. I need to end any like patterns within my life that are keeping me stuck. And through these endings, because it's a new moon solar eclipse, there's a new beginning of deep healing and transformation that's coming to you, especially from past upsets that you've just been holding on to that you couldn't let go of. So this new moon solar eclipse on the 14th is very healing for you. October 21st, Mercury moves into your sign. 23rd, Sun moves into your sign, and it's birthday season. Happy birthday to you with Mercury. Your mind is now more focused and you have the sense of direction. You've been closing out and healing and spending time in solitude. Even during that 14th October new moon solar eclipse in October, you'll also need to spend some time alone. You just will need to be by yourself, and you will feel that, and cycles will close, especially there. So it's a powerful solar eclipse. And then you have birthday season coming up, and with Mercury also on the 21st, you're thinking and expressing yourself and focusing on you. On the 28th of October, we have now, and it's birthday season, a full moon lunar eclipse in your 7th house. Full moons are endings, releasings, or a completion point. So this is where either if you've been working in a relationship, it can come to a completion point, meaning like you could either take it to the next level, engagements, marriages, moving in together, all those kinds of things. However, if not complete, as in that relationship is done, and not like you'll end that relationship. And it doesn't only have to do with love. It can be love related, or it can also be relationships in terms of professional relationships, where you either take a professional relationship to like a deeper level, you know, or you will end that professional relationship, or you'll also be looking at all types of relationships, friendships, associations, one-on-one connections that either can go to the next level or those will just fall away, especially with a powerful full moon lunar eclipse. This is like endings, releasing, closing chapters, or completion points. See, that the cycle is complete within the relationship and needs to evolve, or this relationship is completely complete and it needs to close the door. Sagittarius, welcome to October. We have eclipse season. Eclipses are powerful points of transformation, endings, and closing of karmic cycles in order for us to step into destiny. What happens during this eclipse season will take you into the next 6 months. So pay attention to the eclipses and know that you'll be working with this energy over the next 6 months. Like I said, situations change, close doors, open new doors. So it's like you might be living your life in one direction, all of a sudden things change up and you move in a completely different direction. So pay attention to that. During eclipses, we can feel exhausted mentally, emotionally, and physically. Drink plenty of water, take it easy. Whenever we face with change, this is when a lot of fear and anxiety comes up within us. So take care of you and put stress on our nervous system. So take care of your body. October 4th, Mercury moves into your 11th house. You're busy communicating with a lot of people from the past. 2 can come back. It's with the South Node. And you'll also be thinking about what communications you need to sacrifice, let go of, or purge out of your life in terms of your social circles and the various groups within your life that you communicate with. Whether you have a group of co-workers, a group of that you go to hobbies, do hobbies with, friendships, and so forth. October 8th, we have Venus in this. Venus in your 10th house. Venus will be in your 10th house. And this is really good for your career, motivating you to step up into empowerment, really taking charge when it comes to your career. You're feeling passionate, you're feeling loved, you're feeling complete. You know your sense of purpose, your career, your goals. If you have any goals, Whether it's like you want to grow a beautiful garden, you're feeling passionate about it. Whether that goal is to do some beautiful artworks, you're feeling passionate about it. Whether that goal is to basically start living healthier, you're feeling passionate about it. If the goal is like working towards career steps, you're also feeling passionate and you're feeling good about it. This brings harmony and peace to the career area of life as well. And you're feeling good and you're really trying to make things work out for the best and you want to accomplish your goals. And this also magnetizes your sense of reputation. People are drawn to you more. Right? October 10th, Pluto will go direct in Capricorn, your second house. For the past couple of months, Pluto has been retrograde in the second. This has been causing a lot of transformation to your finances and money. Now, Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. With Pluto going direct, you are releasing a whole decade cycle of transformation to your finances. And Pluto is a planet of death, destruction, and rebirth and transformation. So it's like where cycles change. They go through a death phase and they become reborn into something powerful. And it's very good for finances. You know, in the essence that it transforms you to become more powerful with your money and your skills and talents as well. So you've been, you know, working on your skills and talents, you become powerful in that as well and how you can move forward. October 11th, Mars now is in this 12th house and you're exhausted. You're tired. You don't have the energy. Mars is energy, action, motivation, even angry, like aggression. So you could be angry over things of the past, but you might not be feeling like you have the physical vitality to take charge of things. You just want to chill. You want to relax. You want to take some time out. You might also find it difficult to sleep. Your dreams will intensify over the next couple of weeks. So please take care of your mental health and make sure that you get enough rest. October 14th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in your 11th. This is really asking you to connect to new people. You would have outgrown different types of people, social circles, and social dynamics within your life. Friends groups, hobby groups, work groups, the group you run with. Think of the groups. As long as it's a group, you might have outgrown that group. And now you want to connect to new and different people within your life and you feel inspired to, and you're also inspired about your future vision and dreams that you have with the solar eclipse. And you want to collaborate with people that are on your level and work with those types of people. October 21st, Mercury moves into the 12th, so you'll be thinking a lot about the past and you might not be feeling very expressive. Secrets can come to light. Things done in hidden will be communicated. And you might even communicate about past upsets or past hurts or ways that you dealt with situations in the past. The sun also moves into the 12th on the 12th house on the 23rd of October. So you're just needing some time out. You're really needing it, right? Just some time, because you'll be reflecting on the past, how far you've come, you know, what do you want to accomplish, what is your next steps, but you're letting go, healing, releasing. It's a great time to develop a strong faith and spiritual practices during that time. October 28th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse. And for you, this is happening in your 6th house. This is affecting your health zone. So please take care of your health. A full moon creates a purge, a release where something needs to change within our lives, especially for you when it comes to your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically, as well as your day-to-day routine and your work. You might be feeling the pressure of work life. You might be feeling the pressure of co-workers. You might be asking, where I'm working, is this great for my mental health? You need to make those changes going forward. A full moon is about that. If you've been working to improve your health since last year, January, and making changes to your work life as well, where you're working, going through changes within your jobs and so forth like that, this would have helped boost you to reach this like final point of like, you know, from where I was right now where I am, I feel a lot better. However, if you haven't made those changes, this will be so important for you to make those changes with this full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. And that you'll be working with over the next 6 months of improving your health on every single level and your day-to-day routine. Capricorn, October is a powerful month. We have eclipses, and eclipses change and shake up things which we deal with during the eclipse season. So like in October, taking us into the next 6 months, or taking us into 2024. Powerful time for transformation. So be aware of what happens during the eclipse cycle as it's taking you into the next 6 months. Make sure that you take care of your health as well, as eclipses are intense energy, and because of the changes we go through during eclipse cycles, they can impact our health as well, mentally, emotionally, and physically. They can bring up emotions. And also we physically release, mentally release. Now on October 4th, Mercury will be in this 10th house with the South Node. And the South Node is sacrifice, purging, letting go. In the 10th house has to do with your career, your goals, your ambitions, and your sense of purpose and reputation. You will be, with the South Node, maybe people might misunderstand you, especially with Mercury. They might get the feeling that, hey, maybe you don't know what you're doing or what you're saying. Especially with Mercury and how you're communicating. And people that you're communicating with in terms of career and work, you might be feeling like, I feel like I shouldn't be spoken to in this manner. I feel like I should not be, taken in this manner, especially with Mercury. Mercury is, it's really good for communication at work. It's really good for setting those goals and thinking about how to accomplish those goals. But with the South Node, it's telling you to let go of distractions. If there's anything distracting you from your goals, or you're dealing with an employer that's being disrespectful or communicating with you in an unhealthy manner, you are considering these changes. Or maybe even other people. It doesn't have to be, maybe you are self-employed. So then it's like maybe the people that you're dealing with are talking to you in an unhealthy manner that's not really appropriate for you. South Node is that energy of what you need to let go of. On October 8th, we have Venus in the 9th, and you're feeling really passionate about your higher education, learning, and travel. Foreign cultures as well. You're feeling passionate about your sense of beliefs and expansion and growth. Really good for planning travel trips. Really good for maybe going on a date to some place where you can learn something. It's very good for that. Or someplace foreign, someplace you haven't done. Having adventures will be so much of fun. October 10th, we have Pluto direct in your sign. Pluto go direct in Capricorn. Pluto has been retrograde for the past couple of months. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. You'll be releasing a decade of self. You probably had to deal with lots of power plays, power dynamics within you, and having to, especially when it's within yourself, what do you need to release within yourself? It's been a lot of cycles, especially the first house, all areas of life that go through death and destruction. Pluto is death, destruction, transformation, and rebirth. So it's a continuous cycle of rebirth you've been going through since 2008, but in every area of your life. So now you're stepping up into empowerment, and you're moving forward in a more authentic and a more expressive way about yourself, and stepping up into your power going forward. October 11th, Mars is in the 11th house, and this can bring up an energy of feeling action and motivated to your social circles, even friendships, work colleagues, people that maybe you do hobbies with, all your various groups within your life, but especially your friends. And you're feeling active and you want to actually feel motivated to connect. However, watch out for anger and aggression because of Mars. Mars can bring up some aggressive connections. All of a sudden there's conflict within the friend group, and you're really finding a way in which you can set some healthy boundaries. October 14th, new moon solar eclipse in this 10th house of career. So this is a new and fresh start, but it is with the South Node. You need to purge out unnecessary responsibilities, distractions, situations that take you away from your career, your goals, and your sense of purpose. What takes you away from that? This is where you can want to make a career change. You might decide to become self-employed. You might make a career change where you are unhappy with your work environment. You might make changes to your goals. Goals are no longer working for you. Maybe you've outgrown. You will now think about setting new goals and new standards for yourself. And you'll be working on this over the next 6 months. This will also be a time when it comes to your reputation, how people see you. Maybe people are not seeing you in the right light, and you'll be thinking about ways in which you can transform your reputation in order to feel better and be perceived in the right kind of way. October 21st, Mercury's in the 11th. October 23rd, the Sun's in the 11th, and this is really good for communicating with your social circles, friends groups, work groups, hobby groups, or various groups within your life. And you're very focused on your future vision and dream that you have for yourself. October 28th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse, Capricorn, and this is in your 5th house. Now, a full moon lunar eclipse, full moons are completion points, right? So this is where, because it's your 5th house, it has to do with romance, creativity, children, fun, and pleasure. So if you have children, you might reach a completion point with your kids, or or a milestone with a child, or so forth, like that. If you don't have children, this has to do with releasing what's being carried, that you've been carrying, that hasn't been giving you fun and pleasure within your life. It's really good for completing creative projects. However, if you haven't, you might be asking yourself, why haven't I completed that creative project? What distracted me? I really need to focus. Romantic life as well. Your romantic life And this is where relationship can move to the next level, right? Because full moons are completion points, like, okay, it's going to the next level. And or you can decide that you are done with this relationship. It's not working for you. Full moons are endings too. It's where we end it. It's like, I'm done. This romance is not working for me. It's not giving me the pleasure, the joy that I need. It's not giving me the happiness, because the 5th house is about happiness. And the biggest thing you need to ask yourself, what gives you happiness and what takes you away from your happiness? If anything is taking you away from your happiness, it's time for you to close the door. You need to follow your passions, your creativity, and what brings you enjoyment in your life. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to October 2023 Astrology Forecast. We are in eclipse season this month. Take note of what happens during eclipse season, because that's what we work with over the next 6 months. Please take care of your health mentally, emotionally, physically, and every level. Eclipses are intense energy, and not only are they intense energy, they give us wild cards, curved balls. We close karmic cycles and open new doors, and because of those changes we go through, we can experience what we call stress, and stress creates inflammation within the body, and that then weakens our physical body as well. So take care of yourself, give yourself what you need during this time. On the 4th of October, Mercury will be moving into your 9th house, and this is all about education, higher pursuits, adventure, thinking about travel plans. If you have to deal with any plans like documentation, paperwork, Mercury has to do with all those things. Mercury is all about communication, information, documentation, how we think, how we express ourselves. You might be more inclined to express yourself in a higher perspective as well, and thinking about philosophical pursuits as well. So philosophy, adventure, reading a book, learning a course will be all good for you under this time. Now, October 8th, we have Venus moving into this 8th house. And this is really good for you as well. This is really good for assets, income, joint assets, income, taxes, like payouts, reaping the rewards, looking at financial matters. But you might be splurging a bit on yourself at this time, especially with money. You will also be looking for intimacy, sharing secrets with people you truly trust, and feeling close to those you truly trust. On the 10th of October, Pluto goes direct in your 12th, and thank goodness. Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. And for you, Aquarius, this has been hard. Pluto is death, destruction, rebirth, and transformation power through, taking your power back, basically. Pluto in the 12th can create a lot of mental crises when it comes to betrayals, hurts, past experiences that you can't let go of, that are traumatic and hold you back. Now that Pluto is finally going to go direct, you're going to be stepping into empowerment, stepping up into empowerment when it comes to your subconscious mind and how you move forward. Spiritual pursuits will really help you, enlighten you during this time. On October 11th, Mars will be moving into your 10th house. This is great for your reputation. You're setting those healthy boundaries, as well as you're feeling a strong need for action, especially when it comes to your personal goals, whether that's tidying up your home space, whether that is planting a beautiful garden. What goals do you have? You have the action and motivation to take charge of them and make them happen. It's also great for taking charge and being a leader when it comes to your career as well. So stepping up within your career, going up the career ladder will be very good for you. You are so focused and you're very dedicated to your personal goals, your sense of purpose as well. So what gives you purpose? You're motivated to figure that out and to take action upon it. On October 14th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Libra in your 9th house. This is with the South Node. You need to be wary of this. The South Node is about releasing, letting go, sacrificing, purging out, ending karmic cycles. 9th house is your belief system, as well as maybe even travels. This time might be a very risky time for you to travel or making travel plans, even when Mercury was in your 9th from the 4th as well. Mercury is also in Libra. That's why it's in your 9th house, and it's with the South Node. So please, when it comes to travel plans, South Node is about a sacrifice and letting go. You're going to have to sacrifice and let go of maybe you traveling with a group of people that are not really there connected to you, or you're making travel plans to areas that maybe are dangerous. You need to really look into this and make sure when it comes to travel plans, you are doing them in the best way forward. This is also about you changing your higher education, your higher pursuits. So be aware of that. The South Node is a decrease. It's a letting go, it's a purging, it's a sacrifice, it's letting go of karmic energy. Even when it comes to legal matters, they might come up during this time. And it's so important to you to be very precise about it and the direction that you're taking. This new moon is a new beginning, so you can be thinking about planning these trips and stuff. But just note with the South Node. And the South Node, maybe you're planning a trip and you don't get to go on it. You might pay for it, but something happens and you can't, or you don't feel the need to travel. This is a winding down of your adventure and stuff. In fact, because the North Node is in Aries, which means it's in your third house, you need to focus more on your immediate environment. Like if you could plan small distance trips, like maybe to the neighborhood of like you in this one location and you go next to another location that's down the road, maybe a coastal drive or something, and you go and stay there at Airbnb, it'll be better suited for you than actually making long distance travel trips during this time. Like things just seem to not work out the best. So be aware of that, Aquarius. On the 21st, we have Mercury in the 10th, 23rd, Sun in the 10th, really highlighting your reputation, your goals, illuminating your way forward and the direction that you want to take when it comes to your goals that are important to you. It's really great for career opportunities, focusing on your reputation, taking lead and taking charge within your life, as well as a career or anything that you need to take on more responsibility with. If there's family stuff going on and say you are retired, all of a sudden you are the one everyone's calling for advice and you have more responsibility on you. Full moon, lunar eclipse, right? On the 28th of October, and this is in your 4th house. Aquarius, breathe. This is about family, home, living situations, moving home, changing homes, decluttering your home. If you've just moved home, it's organizing your home. This is about clearing out your home, really focusing on your home life. Now, also your family dynamic. Full moon is about realizing or seeing the truth about certain family dynamics, setting healthy boundaries when it comes to family. This is where you feel like they might want so much of you, and you setting those healthy boundaries. You need to put them in place. The full moon is a closing of chapters. It's right where you might decide certain family members you don't feel connected to anymore. Maybe, especially with full moons, it brings secrets and drama, and it's a lunar eclipse, intense feelings. You will also be feeling deeply emotional, especially if you find out anything about family members, or maybe when a certain family member that you're close to moves away, or someone within your family, or someone within your soul family that's close to your heart. For whatever reason, you might not be able to see them anymore, and this brings on deep emotions. So give yourself rest, recuperation, stay at home. Comfort is what you need, and to speak to people that you truly feel comfortable to communicate your innermost feelings. Any secrets or shadiness that comes through when it comes to the family dynamic or conflict, set those healthy boundaries. And if you feel emotional, set the boundaries, give yourself time to emotionally release those situations, and you will be working with this energy over the next 6 months. Pisces, October 2023 eclipse season. Be aware of what happens during eclipses. They take us into the next 6 months. Eclipses are karmic cycles of us closing out doors and opening new doors. This is where we go onto a new chapter. We end an old chapter of life. Eclipses are intense energy, and because they are wild cards and chaotic kind of energy and unexpected changes, this can bring up stress and tension within our system. So make sure you're drinking water, getting sleep, resting well, spending time taking care of you. On the 4th of October, we have Mercury in the 8th with the South Node. So Pisces, this has to do with your finances. Researching a South Node is a decrease, especially of joint finances and income. So you really need to focus on where the North Node is, and that has to do with earning income through your skills and talents, and that's a way to boost it, looking at your skills and talents and how you can further it. But Mercury here has you really thinking about your finances, and with the South Node there, what changes you need to make, what you need to sacrifice, close the door on, as well as intimate relationships, especially power plays, power dynamics, manipulations, and secrets and information that comes to light at this time. So you need to set some healthy boundaries, especially with Mercury there. Your mind is pretty heavy on past pain and past trauma, and you are healing during this time. Even the communication that you have with others, secrets can come to light, information will come your way. It's great for research as well. October 8th, we have Venus in the 7th, and this is really great for communication with your one-on-one connections, love and harmony when it comes to your partnerships, personally and professionally. October 10th, Pluto goes direct in your 11th house. Pluto has been in your 11th house since 2008. Pluto has been retrograde for the past couple of months. Another Pluto is directed about stepping up into a leadership role when it comes to your community, the people that you connect to, your social circles, the people that you connect to, whether it's a group, various groups, your work groups, hobby groups, your groups that you do different things, friend groups, as well as like if you're an entrepreneur, the groups of your clients, those are also people you connect to. And this is where you're stepping up into power. You might have dealt with some power plays and power dynamics, and truths will be revealed about your social circles and groups that you are in, but you're stepping up into empowerment as in the leader that you are, releasing any unhealthy tendencies that have been in your social circles, and you're moving forward, focusing on your future dreams and visions for self, right? October 11th, Mars is in the 9th, and this is really where you're taking action upon like travel plans and your expansion growth within your life. October 14th, there's a new moon solar eclipse happening in this 8th house. You need to purge out psychological trauma that you haven't dealt with. This is about where you might even see, where your secrets will come to light, where you might feel betrayed, manipulated, harsh treatment of you. It's all coming through with this new moon solar eclipse. And you need to face this in order to set a course, a new chapter. And this new chapter is offering you, financial investments that pay off, because you'll also be cutting out and reassessing your finances. But financial investments and financial changes you make will pay off. Changes you make to your most intimate relationships. Set those healthy boundaries, especially from anyone that drains or is an energy vampire and takes a lot of your energy and time. Set those healthy boundaries. And you're also opening up your mind to spiritual pursuits in a much deeper way. October 21st, Mercury moves into the 9th. October 23rd, the sun is in the 9th. And this is really good with Mercury in the 9th for communication. When it comes to higher education, higher learning, especially communication, writing a course, starting a course, anything to do with course learning, this is about great for publication. Sun illuminates, maybe wanting to take a trip, go on a vacation, a holiday. You're doing all of these fun things. You really want to expand and grow and do foreign things. Read a book that shifts your belief systems and inspires you. It's all about expansion and growth. On the 28th of October, we have a full moon lunar eclipse, and this is in your 3rd house. This has to do with your communication. You might decide there are people you don't want to communicate with. Secrets may come to light once again for you as well, because full moons bring information to light, and 3rd house is information, right? So secrets can come to light. Communication might be pretty intense and heated at this time, and you might need to set some healthy boundaries. You need to watch also how you're thinking. Your mental mind might be just so heavy with heavy thoughts. You might feel foggy. So take a break and reassess how you're communicating and expressing yourself. It's great for journaling. It's great for completing any tasks that you've been procrastinating on. People want to communicate with you, but watch out for that communication. It might be, rife with conflict and tension. So close old chapters, step into the new way of thinking, the new way of communicating, the new way of expressing yourself. Set those healthy boundaries. It's really also good for learning. So if you completed anything you've been learning, this is great. Really good for like small distance trips, running errands, shifting your environment as well will be really good for you at this time.